Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This time, we are back at Rosenberg, and we have already missed the first train of the day. You can see the tail end of it. I heard him talking on the Glidden sub channel, so I was kind of disappointed. But hey, it was a rock train, it was probably nothing special anyway. So, here we have our next train, which is a BNSF Manifest. Now, the power on this was, nothing special, except for the DPU, which was one of the early GEVOs that BNSF bought, 5753, so that was pretty cool. Up next we have the Sunset Limited, which, I decided to get the shot from here since, I've only gotten it from, afar. So, hey, there's 48 again, trailing second as always. Up next, we have a Union Pacific Manifest with 2 GEVOs leading. But there were pretty cool cars on this, such as a Conrail Autorack in the front, as well as a Providence and Worcester Autorack. So that was pretty cool. Now, this train absolutely jump scared us. We had no idea it was coming till we started hearing the crossings going off. I was telling my dad, "Hey, let's go outside and check," and he just kept saying, we can wait. And then the crossing started dinging. So, by the way, the reason why it's so windy is because I'm currently in the truck bed. Up next, we have a CPKC grain train with 2 unrebuilt Canadian Pacific AC-44s. That's pretty interesting. They were getting rebuilt into CWMs before the merger, so guess these ones survived. Also had a Southern Belle trailing third, so that was pretty cool as well. Up next, we have a CPKC manifest with only Southern Bells. This was a KCS AC44 and a KCS Gevo trailing second. So that was pretty neat. Also, the engineer gave us a horn salute. Up next, we have an interesting train. This, however, is not a train. It's a light power move. Now, I have never seen a power move in all of my life, so this was my first-hand experience. This had an SD70M leading, a AC6000 trailing second, and then a Gevo trailing third, which, by the way, had like an bogey failure or something, because I heard it over the scanner. They said, like, oh, our engine bogey is, like, stalled or something. I don't know. But it was, like, they were talking about the Gevo, so, yeah. Up next, we have a rail train. This is also something I have never seen before. The rail train had a flagless AC44 leading in the new flagless scheme, and it was very short. And also, the engineer blew the horn and gave me a horn salute, which was pretty cool. Up next, we have an old legend back. Here is the Monster Manifest version 2. Now, I saw this one on the Tower 26 cam, which, oh, and by the way, you see that rock train there? That has a CN-9 on it. That was the good power that I saw, along with the SD70M. I'm deeply saddened that it did not move for the entire trip. So, but hey, here comes the manifest. Dang, that thing's revving up. Our actual last and final train is this grain train that jump scared us. There was also a train on the Rosenberg sub, which I got a quick picture of because it had a gray ghost on it. But this one had a ace trailing as the DPU. Unfortunately, it was not a Thundercab, which I'm deeply sad about.
Oh,
But
wow,
anyways, here are some photos I took after this train passes.
Dang it, it's not.
I like the silver.
Yeah, here are the photos. So here we have an 18SF hopper, a BNSF hopper. Here we have the Dash 9. I took a couple photos of it, which it's actually pretty cool to see that CN still has Dash 9s roaming. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This will be my last video of 2025 until the new year. So, I hope to see y'all in the next year. Catch those monster manifests and those gray ghosts while you can.